Hello, 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 beautiful people. How are you today? Here we are, another episode of Relaxing Raunchy Relationship Podcast with me, Ingrid Galloway, and with my beautiful guest. Her name is Ursula Morizzi, and she has been the proud owner of Capelli Wonderland in Austral, Sydney for 8 years. But she's been doing hairdressing for 18 years, and her passion has always been hairdressing. Not just any kind of hairdressing, but also the importance of helping women practice self-care and boost their self-esteem, as she loves to make women feel empowered and strong. She grew up in Western Sydney, and she's a wife of one, I assume,
Yes,
not more
one.
than one, and a mom of two young kids. So welcome, Ursula.
Thank you. And Ingrid, you are the founder, relationship coach, and chief relaxation officer of Kayang or An, which means heaven. You have been a relationship coach for 12 years and a spa therapist for 22 years. She practices from Kayang An in Sydney and from clients' homes, offices, hotel rooms, online, and from retreat locations. Her work has always focused on stress, relaxation, and relationships, and always ready to look after loving, not so loving couples and broken or lonely hearted singles. She does one-on-one coaching sessions, group workshops, virtual retreats, and in-person retreats.
Yay! Thank you for
Yeah.
coming here, Ursula. So first
you.
up, I'm always curious to find out why my guests do what they do. So what is your why, Ursula?
So I started hairdressing when I was very young. I was 14. And at first I did it because it just looked, I think what any little girl's dream of doing hairdressing is, it just looked fun. You know, like you got to play with hair all day. And that's what I wanted to do. And you know, after I got through my apprenticeship, it was quite a hard 3 years to get through. It wasn't as fun as what it looked to be. It was actually, you actually had to talk to people, and I was quite a shy young girl growing up.
Right.
You know, now that I've been doing it for 18 years, I love the way you make people, women or men, feel about themselves. You know, I love seeing even their body language when they walk into the salon compared to when they walk out. The way they walk, their posture, their stance, it's so different. And it's just one of those things that it's like, oh, I did that. Like something as little to me as, you know, changing or creating magic in someone's hair can do that for someone else. It's amazing. I can't, literally, you can't put words to it. It's just one of those, you get like a gut butterfly feeling, if that makes sense.
Amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard that if you break up with your partner, one of the first ways you can make you feel better is to change your hair. Go to your hairdresser and change your hair. It's amazing how it can make you feel.
Yes, that's right. Sometimes it can work in your favor. Other times it may not, if you base it off your emotions. But just give it a breather, and you know. And what about yourself? Why do you do? What's your why?
Yes. So I came from Indonesia to get married with my first husband in Australia. So he came from Indonesia as well, but by the age of 21, so that was pretty young.
Yes.
We were married for 10 years, but unfortunately it was an abusive relationship. So I left after 3 attempts. And in my self-healing journey, I went to several self-development seminars, saw a couple of therapists, and also went back to college to study counseling and life coaching. And straight away, I knew that my niche will be in relationship, and I would be a coach compared to being a counselor. It's just the different sort of energy between coaching and counseling, and it suits my personality better being a coach. So I am, compassionate and passionate to help others in similar sort of predicament to bring them out from the stuckness, because a
Yeah.
lot of broken-hearted people feel very stuck. Believe me, there is hope, because now I am happily married for 13 years already,
Wow.
to my second husband, hopefully the last husband. And we have 2 kids together. So yeah, there is hope, people. It is possible to rebuild yourself, from the bottomless pit. It was like a bottomless pit, especially if you
Yeah.
add depression, if you add anxiety and the loss of properties, everything material
Yeah.
into the mixture. It was very painful, but I'm really grateful. I have no regrets of that experience.
And I guess that's what's made you who and where you are today.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah. So even though it was painful at the time, but it's actually a blessing for me now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Blessing in disguise.
Absolutely. So I'm curious, because you're a hairdresser, of course, I want to know tips, this tip and that tip, and why looking after your hair is important. And especially, now we're in lockdown. However, people may watch this later on and no longer in lockdown. What
Yes.
are the 3 tips on looking after your hair in between the hairdressing appointments?
So my first rule that I always tell my clients when they're in the salon
Yep.
is really you need the best hair care at home. There's
Okay.
no point spending, hundreds of dollars in salon on your color,
Mhm.
and then you go home and you use a not so good quality shampoo and conditioner.
Mhm.
Like I tell all clients, I'm not a pushy salesperson. At the end of the day, the products that I have in stock in the salon are purely because I use them myself and I love them.
Mhm.
But you need that really good hair care. So like a good shampoo and conditioner is a must.
Mhm.
That'll help maintain your hair, maintain the color, help the repairing stage of your hair. So that way, a lot of clients, especially now going from winter into spring, everyone likes to go lighter, that little bit lighter for summer, just to give it a bit of a boost. They just want to change from being in lockdown, doing colors yourself. It's never going to be what we do in the salon. So, getting your hair prepared for your next color service is always a good idea. For everyone in lockdown, I would say don't go to your local supermarket, please, and don't buy a packet color. It is never a good idea.
Right.
Sometimes you might, because and it's happened over 18 years that I've been hairdressing. It happens literally weekly. A client will walk in and say, I was really, really desperate and I was doing my groceries and I just picked up the color that I thought was the same color that you use in my hair.
Yeah.
And
They thought.
And then I said, okay. And they say it looks the same, but it's black. It's turned out black, or my hair's gone orange on my roots because it doesn't have the coverage that it needs on grey hair.
Yeah.
So then we spend hours trying to get it back to their color that they were only a week or 2 before.
Right.
So no packet colors. Use amazing shampoo and conditioner.
Mhm.
Now, I know that a lot of the time everyone's like, but it's expensive. It's, a lot of professional salon products are made so thick that you only need a little bit of it. So, we sell the shampoo and conditioners that we sell in salon are 500 ml. So I get clients that last 4 months with that same bottle.
Oh, wow.
By the time you go to a supermarket and you buy your $12 or $15 shampoo that isn't as nourishing, it's not as thick, it's gone within a week or 2. And especially depending on who you're using it on and who uses it in the family. Like I know my kids have gotten a hold of my shampoo and it ends up everywhere. It's all over the shower.
Yes.
So, and then younger adults that, think, oh, if I put more shampoo in my hair, it's going to be cleaner. It's not really the issue. It's not. So by the time you spend all that money buying the supermarket shampoo and conditioners, when you add it up, you're not spending the money up front, but it's lasting you much longer.
Right.
And the third point that I really, really, really strongly believe in is that a lot of the time our natural hair, the way it falls, so if it's straight, if it's curly naturally, go with it. Don't dry your hair out if you're staying at home, or, you know, save the really nice styling tips, the really nice styling like curling or straightening or heat damaging things to when you are going out. Because if we have naturally curly hair, it suits us. That's what we're born with. It's our face shapes and structures are to that. It's us, the hairdressers, that have to do the work to frame your haircuts around your faces.
Right.
But a lot of people have beautiful natural curly hair and they hate it because it's not what next door has, or it's not what the magazines show, or what you see on Instagram. Just because you see something on Instagram or on models, or, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to look good on you. So go with whatever you feel is best. And if you're lucky to have a natural style, go with it, especially in lockdown. Go with it. Wash it, blow dry it. Just do little things to make yourself feel better.
Yeah. So it never completely change your hairstyle completely, especially in lockdown.
Especially in lockdown. After lockdown, there is no problem there because we are open. If you don't like it, we can change it back. We know what we're doing.
Yes.
Whereas don't go to the shop and buy a packet bleach because it's just not going to work. It's not going to be very nice. The end result.
You may end up orange or green.
And it happened the past few weeks in lockdown. It has happened, and I have had to FaceTime a client on how to fix her hair. It's been pretty bad.
And it's interesting, like growing up, I remember that because us in my family, you know, Asian hair, it's so damn straight, it's black, you know, it's just like, what do you do with this hair? So we ended up perming it.
Yes.
So even my dad, even I, one of my aunties, she's no longer around thanks to COVID, unfortunately. So she used to be our hairdresser. So she put all the rolling and all the stinky solutions to perm our hairs.
Yeah.
Because we were not completely happy being straight.
Yes.
Oh dear, you know, what you don't have, you always envy. You want something that you don't have, do you?
Always. It's always that. Don't get me wrong, I'm like that too. My hair is dark. My hair is naturally really, really dark.
Right.
But blonde I always go back to it. I change it all the time, and it's just my go-to. It's just what I'm used to now. And now that I've got grays coming through, I'm like, I need to go lighter again.
But it suits you. That's great.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing your wisdom.
No problem.
So would you like to know maybe some relationship tips for your people?
Yes, that would be lovely. Thank you.
Yep. So 3 tips. I give various tips in various podcasts, but today I prepared 3 tips to restore balance and proper energy flow to your sacral chakra. Now, if you don't understand about chakras are the circular vortexes of energy that are placed in 7 different points on the spinal column. The sacral chakra is the second one from the bottom that we have, right? So it is placed in between our genitals and our belly button. So that's the area. And this chakra influences your creativity. I mean, as a hairdresser, I bet that you can connect with your creativity for your work, and also your gut instinct and confidence in artistic expression. It influences how inspired you feel and the general joy and pleasure in life, satisfaction in romantic relationship, and your ability to express your emotions. So typically this sacral chakra is related to your sexual area, sensual area. when it's not in balance, either underactive or overactive, it affects your day-to-day life in many ways, such as experiencing sexual repression or sexual addiction, and feeling detached from your emotions, or having frequent mood swings. So the two extremes, right? So I have 9 tips, but I will share 3 tips today with you. Tip number 1, yoga can help to balance and open your chakras, and with specific poses. The best poses for this chakra include open angle, frog, pigeon, and goddess poses. So perhaps in Google, what is open angle pose? What is a frog pose? You can Google it. That's all right.
Yep. I'll be doing that after this.
Yeah. Take notes. Tip number 2, meditation for sacral chakra. Now you can sit with your spine and back straight up. You relax, breathe deeply, especially, during this era, a lot of stress going on in our lives. So it's really important to relax and breathe deeply. Focus your attention on your sacral chakra, so that bottom area, and its orange color for 3 to 5 minutes, because the color of the sacral chakra is the color orange. Yep. So focus on that color and just breathe in and breathe out and bring balance back to your body. Tip number 3 is sacral chakra crystal healing. Now, the complementary crystals for this chakra is carnelian. Well, guess what color carnelian is? Orange. You can also use ruby, citrine, amber, sunstone, tangerine quartz, orange calcite, chrysocolla, clear quartz, and fire opal, because it has elements of red and orange in it. And so, yeah, those 3 tips, yoga, meditation, and crystal healing, can help rebalance your sacral chakra. And always ask for emotional and mental support from a coach, because, I can totally understand that sometimes you can't do it all by yourself. You need a coach to keep you accountable. You're stressed, you're busy, you can't keep aligned with whatever you want to achieve with your goals. That's okay if you can't focus. You need a coach to keep you accountable and give you the strategy or stepping stones to get to your goals. Yeah. So if an athlete, for example, we are in the Olympic season at the moment, if an athlete relies on her coach, why can't you?
That's true. It's
Yeah.
very, very true.
Yeah. So those are my 3 tips. Now, people, we come to the part of the podcast, which is guessing the true and false statements. So Ursula gave me 2 statements. Number 1, when she was 6, she thought it was a good idea to use a razor on top of her hair. Questionable action. Number 2, she had a fight with her sister when they were young, and she shaved the top of her hair. Oh my God, that is quite mean, but it is so it is so kid-like. I understand kids do all sorts of shenanigans, Which one is correct, audience? I reckon number 1 is correct. I guess she is a hairdresser. She must experiment on something, might as well herself.
Yeah. So that is the true one. It is.
Yeah.
And yeah, so basically I found my mum's razor and I was like, it's not going to cut my hair, surely. So I had my hair in a ponytail and I shaved the top of my head. And because I had such thick hair, it didn't leave a bulk. Like, it didn't get to my skin. Right. But having dead straight hair as a child, my hair stuck up really badly. So I had it was a big chunk of hair that was sticking up. So in order for me to think I could hide it from my parents or anyone, the butterfly clips that the wings used to flutter were in when I was that age, and I literally would clip them on top of my head every single day. And it was so embarrassing looking back now, but I thought no one knew, whereas everyone, my mum even knew. She didn't even want to bring it up because she didn't want to know what happened. But yes, so that is my very embarrassing true story. But yes, the things we do.
Yes, things that kids do, absolutely. Oh, don't worry, our household is full of it.
It gives me at least I have an insight on what to be sure my kids aren't doing, considering that being cheeky is already in their blood. I can be on top of it.
Yes, and always prepare that butterfly hair clips.
Yes, always.
Because your boy may need it too.
Yes, my little one is the cheekiest one, so probably. Now with your true or falses. Okay, so the first one you gave me was your husband had an online shopping disaster, ending up with a $900 of unintentional spending. And number 2 is your sister had an online shopping disaster, ending up with a $900 unintentional spending. All I can say is that if it is your husband, that would have been one very bad night to get on your bad nerves. But I think it would be your husband.
You are correct. Yeah. You are correct.
What happened?
Right. So I'm the only child, so I don't have a sister. So there you go. That's the incorrect answer. But my husband wanted to buy a fire pit, right? So mom, promised him a gift and a birthday gift for his recent birthday. And so he said, oh yeah, probably fire pit is a good thing, all right? Because Australia can be quite cold during winter.
Yes.
And
yes,
in the morning at night it can be quite cold. So okay, went online, look for a fire pit that he liked, and he said, okay, we'll go with this one. All right. But then unfortunately, he went too fast. He ordered not just one, but he ordered 2. It's like,
no.
Oh my God. All right. So, and then because it's his own fault, the website couldn't refund his money. So they provided with a credit.
Okay.
So you can go back to the online shop and buy something else to the amount of credit. And then he tried to do that again. But unfortunately, because they send it to his separate iCloud email, so to the wrong email, he used another email. The coupon or discount or credit code didn't come up.
Oh, wow.
In the checkout process. So he processed that in, and then guess what? His credit card got charged more. I thought, what's going on? Not until he Googled this or searched through LinkedIn, the GM of the company, then he found out that, okay, he managed to get a refund eventually.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because he poked the top people, the top executive. Yes, because otherwise, yep, he ended up with $900 unintentional spending just from buying one fire pit. Yeah.
Wow.
It was just, yeah, he's not very good with online shopping. Yeah.
Well, he's a male. Are they ever?
It's okay. Just send them to Bunnings. They know what they're doing.
That's fine. Yeah.
So last question, Ursula. What do you do to either relax or add raunchiness into your relationship?
So with myself being super busy with the 2 kids and my business, my husband also has his own business, and he's also very hands-on with our children. So come time where, we just really crave that together time, where even if it's just discussing what we've done or discussing what's happening, or a lot of the things that I find we do best is when we pre-plan things and say, you know what, it's tomorrow night I'm at home, you're at home, we'll put the kids to sleep and, you know, we'll just have some together time. Even something like planning a dinner where, you know, I tried to organize a dinner on Saturday, and when I said, you know, the kids will have dinner, and then after, once they're asleep, we'll have dinner. Like, you know, we'll get takeout or support our local with COVID and whatever. And the kids ended up wanting to stay up as well. So, so it's more so just really trying to spend that one-on-one time together where we don't have our kids, mom, dad, or, you know, we need this, we need that, or, you know, trying to spend as much together time. I mean, we often like to go away as a couple when that's obviously when we're allowed to, or when we can organize for the kids to be watched.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just really appreciating the time of life we're in now, where we know that the kids aren't going to be this little forever, and they're not going to be this dependent forever. So it's kind of making the most out of both worlds.
Yes, exactly. I'm sure a lot of parents can relate to you, because it is quite challenging to find you know, couple time together when you have kids. Yeah, they don't like being told what to do. Go to sleep now.
No, it's never going to work.
No. I want to watch more TV or more iPad.
Yes.
Dear me. Well, thank you so much, Ursula, for coming here to my podcast. I really enjoyed our time together, had fun, and also, you know, always lovely to receive some tips and, you know, my guests sharing their wisdom, whatever their expertise may be. And also, people, if you like this podcast, just like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Ingrid Galloway. And also, Ursula, if people would like to connect with you and ask for more advice, how can they connect with you?
So I'm all over socials, so Instagram or Facebook, or the salon. You can contact the salon's number. It's diverted to my phone, even though we're closed now. But mainly, it's through Instagram and Facebook.
Okay, wonderful.
Which is Capelli Wonderland.
Okay, so I will include your Instagram account in the later. And also, people, if you would like to ask more about relationship tips, you can have a complimentary 30-minute chat with me. Just go to my website, www.kahyangan.com.au. That's KAHYANGAN.com.au. So thank you so much again, Ursula, for coming.
Thank you very much.
And keep safe and lots of love.
You too. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Thank you very much.